How's everyone doing? All right, let's talk some real stuff. One of the perception of the industry is that the exchange is the real stuff. So I'm here to talk about the, what's behind BGA, why we are a huge supporter of this whole initiative, and what's coming up. Okay, so actually, the BGA idea started with Bybit talking to quite our partners. A lot of people would say exchange are kind of the central players of the industry today. So if you talk about crypto or you talk about blockchain, I think most people will recognize exchange like Bybit is kind of the main player. So we do recognize that our role in this industry. So when talking to our peers, we always think about how do we lead this industry and how this industry should be. Well, before we go there, I think we talk about what is the general perception of the industry when people talk about or think about blockchain and crypto. I think the most perception is the industry to make money. It's the industry to make quick money, not only money. Need to make it quick, yeah? 100x in maybe a few days. For other perspective, whether you're a project or other players, it's the industry where you can raise money in a very fast way, in a fast fashion. So as one of the main leader of the industry, as Bybit, as exchange, we tend to ask ourselves what the industry should be, look like 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. And we recognize that there's some similarities between blockchain technology and why we've been called the Web3. I think people are expecting that we are the future of internet. And when we look at internet, when it first started in 1990 or 1992, it's also a very limited technology. You would never imagine what internet can do, especially to change people's lives today, from today's perspective. And that's what we're applying to the same kind of view to blockchain. We think it's a technology that can really change people's life in tremendous ways. So in what ways? I think the value that blockchain and crypto that really brings is the free transfer of value, of asset. I think what we managed to agree on today is that internet is a free flow of information. So even if you look at not so developed countries, whether it's in Africa or Southeast Asia, the free flow of information that achieved by internet is tremendous today. So you will go to these places and you will see that people have vast knowledge of information and they can have a global view based on that information. So it is our belief that blockchain should play that role. And this is why we sit down with our team. My CEO, Helen, is also here. She's also a founder of this whole initiative, where she will give a speech later. It is to talk about how we can unite the industry players and to really make sense of this technology, right? So when we talk about that, it's free flow of value. What does it mean? Currently, if you look at where Bybit is today, for example, Nigeria, Argentina, we start to notice that this technology is really changing people's lives, not in the ways that you think is 100x crazy profit, but really offers them a freedom of choice that used to be barricaded or blocked by certain, whether it's geopolitical reasons or certain limitations. For example, in Argentina, they are experiencing a massive hyperinflation since last year. What we managed to achieve is to be able to work with MasterCard and offer a crypto card immediately to the locals. So that you can see that when every month, when they receive a salary or some sort, they will immediately change to blockchain, crypto, and they can live on their lives with the choice of not suffering with their local currency. I don't think that was previously available before blockchain technology. Another example is we have a lot of small minorities in areas that we don't notice. such as the coffee bean makers in Ecuador or other areas, where not that they need funding, but they need financial infrastructure where they couldn't get it before, or they're too small, they're too, even with internet, they don't get the financing infrastructure they needed. What kind of financing we're talking about? Probably when they harvest the crop, they need a financing in order to bridge the gap for them to raise the next crop for next year. And so that they need certain financial facilitation, but currently there's not available. Whether it's due to local policy or government, or because they're too small, we don't know. But at least we start to see that with blockchain, we can help them to get the support they need, such as a bridging loan. And also, it makes sense for the people who offers the loan because they earn the yield. So these are just some small examples, I think, blockchain for good is focusing on top of other green energy initiatives and things like that. So blockchain for good, to me, to summarize, is how can we apply this technology to break certain barriers groups of people or small or big groups of people are facing. Not necessarily only think about tokenization, raising money, stuff like that, but really changing people's life because they need that infrastructure, transferable value, because it's been bounded, barricaded by certain structure. So this is kind of the initiative we're starting. So far, I think we've received overwhelmingly positive support from our ecosystem partners, such as Solana, Ton, Tether, Circle, all these guys, and also many NGOs globally around the world. Again, I think tonight and the whole day's event is about showcasing these projects, as well as give appreciation for our partners for the support. So anything, I'm going to be around. Anything you want to chat, I'm available. Thank you. It's a quick keynote. Thank you.